You are probably wondering what happened and why this person is holding a sign that says, I can't talk. How many of your parents wish that you could not talk sometimes? How many of you wish your parents could not talk sometimes? Well, one day it actually happened. I am the angel of the Lord, and let me tell you what happened. This is Zechariah. He is married to Elizabeth. One day, Zechariah, he was always able to talk. He was an older gentleman, and him and Elizabeth had no children. He would always go to the temple to pray and offer sacrifices to God. One day, and they would ask God that they could conceive a child. Isn't that right, Zechariah? Well, one day when Zechariah was offering his prayers to God, I appeared on his right hand, and I said, as it says in the Gospel of Luke, an angel of the Lord appeared to him, that is me, standing at the right side of the altar, on the right side, where the incense was burned. Smell the incense. When Zechariah saw him, he was alarmed and felt afraid. Weren't you afraid? Yes, he was. But I, the angel, said, don't be afraid, Zechariah. God has heard your prayer, and your wife Elizabeth will bear you a son. You are to name him John. How glad and happy will you be, and how happy will many others be when he was born. John will be great in the Lord's sight. He must not drink any wine or strong drink. From his very birth he will be filled with the Holy Spirit, and he will bring back many of the people of Israel to the people of God. He will go ahead of the Lord, strong and mighty like the prophet Elijah. He will bring fathers and children together again. He will turn disobedient people back to their way of thinking of the righteous, and he will get the Lord's people ready for him. Zechariah said to me, how shall I know if this is so? Remember saying that back when he could talk? He said, I'm an old man. Didn't you say that? And he said, my wife is old also. A little risky for a husband to say about his wife. Just saying. But I said, I am Gabriel. That is my name. I stand in the presence of God. Yes, I, Gabriel, am always in the presence of God, who sent me to speak to you and tell you this good news. This is good news. But you have not believed my message. Zechariah did not believe. Because he did not believe, he will be unable to speak. He will remain silent until the day my promise to you comes true. In the meantime, the people were waiting for Zechariah, wondering why he was spending so much time in the temple. When he came out, he could not speak, so they knew he had seen a vision in the temple. Unable to say a word, he made signs to them with his hands. And then he went back home, and he tried to explain it to Elizabeth, but then she was expecting. Elizabeth said she became pregnant and did not leave the house for 5 months. Now at last the Lord has helped me, she said. He has taken away my public disgrace. So Elizabeth did conceive, and Zechariah could not speak until the baby, who was named John, was born. And that is what happened when I visited Zechariah, who was married to Elizabeth, in the hill country